Welcome to Go and Glow, an inspiring show for the beautiful and brave with Natasha Cole.
Hi guys, welcome to Go and Glow. I'm your host, Natasha Cole. Thank you so much for downloading and listening to this podcast episode. And thank you so much for just being a part of the Go and Glow Project. And as you know, the Go and Glow Project is a platform of podcasting and blogging and YouTube videos for to find inspiration and it's a resource to discover our passions and our purpose and to live out loud and to shine our lights and do amazing things and, you know, just to have amazing experiences and to especially highlight people who are shining their lights in the world and who are building businesses to impact their communities and, you know, people who are doing philanthropic work and, you know, people who just want to give us ideas and tips on how to live big, amazing lives. So I'm excited to introduce a guest today. She is a blogger. She's a life coach. She is an entrepreneur. She's the founder of this amazing platform that I love called the BeFree Project. And I'm so excited to have her on. Siobhan Sudberry, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome. I'm excited. I like to tell my listeners how I know my guests, and sometimes they are my personal friends that I've known for years, and sometimes they are people that I meet through social media, and I just always say this, that social media can be a very powerful tool because, you know, you meet so many people. If you follow the right people, you end up connecting with the right people. And, you know, I'm really excited that we got to meet over social media and we've been following each other and cheering each other on. And, you know, I love reading your blog and I'm just excited to have you on so you can share who you are and what you do. And, you know, how you want to teach everyone how to be free.
Yes.
So tell us about your life coaching and how you got started with that and, you know, how you're using that to help other people.
Okay. So I have been coaching for about 5 years or so. However, I've been in corporate America like forever. And so I was employed at my previous employer for about 7 years, and we were laid off, like the whole site was laid off, October of 2013. And while I was there, I got paid, okay, I was a mortgage underwriter, and I got paid really well for what I did. However, like a lot of people that I knew that, like, I dreaded going to work every day. Like, I was just unfulfilled, I was unhappy, and I was not satisfied. And I tried to remain optimistic and positive when I went to work every day, like cheering people on. But inside, I'm like, this is so not my life. Like, I knew that there was something bigger that I should be pursuing. But at the time, I wasn't, what should I say? I just didn't take the chance at that moment. So it took the company laying everybody off for me to realize, like, this was my perfect opportunity to really pursue what I was really passionate about. Again, I had been coaching for 5 years without a title, but just doing what came so naturally to me, which is motivating, encouraging, and inspiring others to live the life that they want. And so when the job said that, you know, we will be losing the company said that we will be losing our jobs, of course, like any person, I'm like, okay, Siobhan, what are you going to do? But then it's almost as if something clicked in me, like, this is your opportunity to take a chance on yourself. You've already been coaching. This is the time to really go for it. And so I did that. When my peers were looking for work and, you know, updating their resume, yeah, I did that to go along with it, but I knew inside that I would be pursuing something different. And then the good thing about that is that while I was with the company, I had pursued my MBA. So that was all paid for. And so I thought that I would use that while I was there. But then again, after the job closed, I was like, you know, I'm going to really take a chance on myself. So that is what I did. And so I launched BeFree Project. And again, like you stated, it's me life coaching, it's me blogging, it's me inspiring and motivating and encouraging other people to be free. And being free can mean something different to everybody, you know, but just free to live the life that you desire and creating a life that feels good to you. That is what BeFree Project is all about.
Okay, awesome. So tell me, how has social media and your blogging platform kind of connected you to your clients, and, what has that done for your business and for yourself?
Okay, that's a great question. So with the social media platform, I got really consistent on building that when I launched my business because I knew that I just know that social media is a huge part of how we, especially for entrepreneurs or whatever, with building your clientele and things like that. And so the blogging started with me wanting to share my journey of how I was being free. What were some challenges that I was experiencing? What were some steps that I was taking to being free? And so that is why I started blogging and tying it into the life coaching. And then with the social media platform, like you mentioned earlier, it's a great tool. If you're using it the correct way, it is a great tool to connect with others that you wouldn't have a chance to meet on an everyday basis. And I have met some really great people. I've been featured on a number of different blogs or podcasts just because of that social media connection. So if you use it the right way, you can definitely use it for leverage to really grow your business.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love the story of how when your job let you guys go, like how you really just stepped into your greatness and you took a chance, and, you could have easily gotten another job, but you really, realize what your purpose was. And so, I think that's great. So talk about that transition. Talk about how, you went from kind of having a structured day and, knowing what you had to do for another company to a day in the life of Siobhan and only Siobhan. So just give us a day in the life of an entrepreneur and what you have to get done, and just kind of some routines that you set for yourself so that, you can be successful.
That's good. That's a good question. And that was hard to do, I will admit. In the very beginning, because, again, as I stated, I have been in corporate America for so long that structure is provided for you. You know what time you need to be at work. You know what time you can take lunch. You know what time you get to go home. And so I was comfortable in that. And so when I transitioned to working for myself, and I do this full time, mentally, it was hard, like thinking, like, what do I need to do every day to make sure that I am positioning myself, in the correct way? And so that was hard. But now I feel like I have a good balance. I'm still growing in this. I did a blog post a couple of weeks ago about how to organize your goals and step by step on how you can really create a daily schedule and your goals and making sure that you're getting stuff done. And so I'm still tweaking that to until it feels really, really comfortable. So the day in the life of me, I wake up. The goal is, let me say this, is to wake up early. I want to get up at 5:30, 5:45. Sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. It's just the realness of it. But I start my day off with meditating, praying, and I like to tie in journaling. And I've been journaling for years and years and years, ever since I was 14, actually. And so that is comfortable for me just to get my thoughts out and things like that. And then I have to get my kids up ready for school. So from 7 to about 8:45 is really all about them, like getting them ready, breakfast, lunch, hair. I have a daughter and a son. So getting all that stuff done and out the house. And then when I get back from dropping them off from school, I have a good 7 hours that I can work on the business. So that consists of blog posts, clients, social media posts. I'm all about learning more, so I'm listening to podcasts, I'm watching webinars, I'm reading books, and just doing the work of the business. And so every day, that is pretty much what my day looks like. I try to get the most that I can get done while the kids are at school. However, work does, when they get home from school, sometimes you will catch me like doing other things or whatever for the business, because I don't think entrepreneurs ever stop. And I have to continue to work on getting this healthy balance. But, that is what I'm doing on a daily basis, just working the business.
Talk about then from the time that those 7 hours that you do have and you're working, you're doing things for your business, what are some services that you can provide your clients, or why would a person want to hire you and need you as a life coach? Okay.
So I offer 2 coaching programs. I offer the BeFree Power Hour, which are hour-long sessions that are it's for women who are new to life coaching and prefer to take coaching sessions one at a time. We discuss things like fear, your goals, procrastination, tendencies, lack of motivation, creating a healthy support system so that you can begin to live the life that you want and move forward. And at the conclusion of each of those sessions, I give them homework, I give them action steps, and really help them get in the mindset of creating the journey to be free. So that's my BeFree Power Hour. Then I also offer the BeFree Coaching Program, which is a total of 7 coaching sessions that we do over a 2-month period. And this is perfect for women who understand the commitment to coaching. They understand that they need someone to hold them accountable and that it's going to take a little bit longer than one session to really get to the meat of what is going on and how to plan out, the life that they want. And I will be honest with you, the BeFree Coaching Program is more popular than the BeFree Power Hour because the people that follow me understand that I need the accountability. And if I was able to do this on my own, I would have done it already. And now I know that it's going to take a little bit longer for me to get, to really create the life that I want. So that one is more popular. And then I also offer the BeFree Life class, which is meetup groups that I host in my hometown of Cleveland, where it's a social space for like-minded, positive women who want to come together and discuss their purpose and their dreams and their goals and get tips on how to take action. Because I feel like we create these goals, but a lot of times we don't create action steps. Like, what are you going to do with that? You can't just make these vision boards and these dream boards and not know how you're going to bring this stuff into your life. And so the BeFree Life class is perfect for that, where you're getting the encouragement, the inspiration, and the motivation that you need to move forward. And so it's a free space to talk because I don't think often enough that we have that space that we can just talk about our purpose or our goals, and we don't. And a lot of times the discussions that we're having with friends and family, it doesn't consist of that. And so I provided that space for women to come and just be free. And so those are the three services that I offer: the BeFree Power Hour, the BeFree Coaching Program, and then BeFree Life class. And I would like to add that coaches need coaches. So I also have a coach that I'm working with because a business coach where we're working on specific things in my business. I think everybody needs a coach, and I think that because it's becoming more and more popular that people will be able to see that and really, get the help that they need to better their life.
Oh, absolutely. I think I wrote something on Facebook a couple weeks ago that said, even Kobe Bryant has a coach. Like everyone needs a coach.
I was just going to say, I agree with you. With celebrities have coaches for every different thing. And so what makes them different than you? You know what I mean? And there's coaches depending on what type of coach you need, whether it's a nutrition coach, a life coach, a spiritual coach. There's coaches for specific needs. So I think it's very beneficial for everyone to find out what type of coach that they need so that they can live a better life and get just some direction on and some guidance and tools and resources on how to live a better life.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned the BeFree Life class because I was just going to ask you to tell us about some projects and some events you're working on or, that you've been involved in that are special to you because I watched a couple of your YouTube videos and I loved how when you had your last vision board event, how the women were just really stepping into their purpose and they were really thankful that you organized that event. And I just thought that was so awesome. And so I just, tell us about some things that you have coming up. And, I know that you're doing a really cool 52 books in a year challenge. And so I'd love for my listeners to hear about that as well. And any kind of giveaways, fun giveaways that you're having. And just tell us all about what's going on.
Yay. So the BeFree Life class is really near to my heart. And I want to say that because when I was launching my business, I was trying to find a space for entrepreneur women of color like myself where I can sit down and, chat with other women and hear about their experiences and their success stories and their challenges and how I can grow as an entrepreneur. And I could not find that space. I Googled everywhere, and I just couldn't find it. So you always hear that if you can't find what you need, then you should create it. And that is why I created the BeFree Life class. And I have had such a positive response from women that have connected with other women. One young lady, she actually launched her business after attending my BeFree Life class because she was motivated by something I said. I shared some information with her on how to build her website, and she left there and she got started right away and then messaged me on Facebook like, hey, I want you to check out my business. After leaving your class, this is what I've done. And I was so happy. Like, that just touched my heart so much. That is very near to my heart because I feel like women, we need that space. The 52 Books in a Year Challenge, I read a book every single week, and it's all nonfiction. And what I learned when I started my business, that there's so much that I need to know. And I need to read what successful people are doing and how they got there. And so my focus was, okay, this year you're going to read a new book every week that, that will grow you in some way as an entrepreneur or self-development. And when I put it out there on social media, I had people like, well, hey, how are you? I'm interested in that. Are you going to hold other people accountable? And initially I'm like, I was just doing it for myself, but then people were interested. And so every week I send out an email. I have a subscriber, and I have like a ton of people on there, where I send them out what I'm reading, what I thought about the book that I read, and then what's coming up next. And I've had a really good positive response from that as well. But if you're following BeFree Project on any of the social media platforms, you can definitely learn more about the books that I'm reading. And then I've been featured on a number of sites like All the Many Layers, The Best You, Good Looking Out. I've been on the Doctor of Love podcast, just to name a few of the features that I've been included in, that all came from social media, just really putting myself out there and being consistent with my brand. You mentioned giveaways. I've hosted 2 giveaways on Instagram because that's where I have a larger audience versus the other social media platforms. So I like to show the people on there that, hey, I appreciate you for following, and I like to host giveaways.
Okay, so what would you say is your art? What would you say is, a special gift or talent or skill that, God has given you, and, how do you actually use that to elevate humanity?
It's a really good question. I'm infectiously optimistic, and I'm really positive, and I always try to look at the positive in any situation. Like, I'm just always trying to have a positive outlook on life, because that negative energy can definitely take you someplace else. And so I'm always motivating, encouraging, and inspiring others to be better. And again, it's just what comes naturally to me. And I used to think that I didn't have a gift or a talent. Like, I equate a talent to be like if I can sing or if I can dance or if I can play some type of sport, and I'm not good at any of those things. So it took me a long time to really appreciate that I am a very optimistic person, and I'm always positive, and that is a gift because everyone, they don't have that. And
Absolutely.
I remember watching Oprah's life class once, and it was a lady on there, and I think it was the life class when T.D. Jakes was on there talking about passion or something like that and purpose. And it was a lady in the audience, and she stood up and she said that she was an encourager. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm an encourager. Like, that is so me. And so she talked about how she would always encourage and inspire others and different things like that. And I was looking at the TV and I started talking like, that is so me. That is what I am. And I called my best friend and I'm like, are you watching Oprah's life class? That lady, did you see the lady that just stood up in the audience? And she was watching and she's like, yes, that is so you. And I'm like, that is me. I didn't know what to do with it at the time, but I'm like, that was the first time that I heard someone say like, that is what I am. I'm someone that encourages others. And that just really stood out to me. And from that, so that is my gift. And I recognize that, especially when I work with clients, when I'm blogging, when I'm posting on social media. Like, everyone doesn't have what I have, and I am very unique in that way. And that is my art, and that is my calling. And again, that is why I'm so passionate about it, because I'm doing what comes so natural to me.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that people are going to be extremely successful if they operate in their purpose and if they use their gift, as their dominant strength, because then you're working and you're building your business, or you're doing things for other people, and it comes so naturally that you could do it for free if you had to. You wouldn't, but
no, I did it for a long time. Actually, I did it for free for a very, very long time, and then realizing that people would always come to me just for advice, or just for advice, and I'm like, well, if people are always asking me this for free, then I could charge for this. And ironically, I am charging for it, and people are paying for it because they value what I have to say. So yes, no more free.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's good. That is so good. So what would you say is on your bucket list? And this could be personally, this could be, for your business. I have a girlfriend who calls it a crazy ass list, and she just thinks of the most, just the most unimaginable things that, she thinks she'd never be able to do, but let's just see what happens. So what is on your crazy ass list?
I love that. I actually did a blog post on my bucket list a little while ago, and so I have a number of things that I'll share. I want to write and publish my own book. I have a story that definitely I feel like others can relate to, and I actually have 2 books in me, and so that is definitely I want to really start next year, so hold me accountable. I'm putting this out there. But that's on my bucket list. I would love to spend a weekend at a spa resort, just getting pampered for a whole weekend. I think that would be amazing. I want to host my BeFree Life classes in other cities. I feel like some people have reached out to me on social media asking me, will I be in D.C.? Will I be in New York? And I'm like, I never thought of that yet. But no, I do want to, travel with this, because I think that other women all over the world can benefit from it. So I want to travel with, the BeFree Life class. I want to see Lauryn Hill in concert. I don't know if you're a fan, but I am a fan. I love, love, love Lauryn. So I would love to see her in concert, be on the front row, singing all the old songs. So yeah, that's on my list. I want to do a charity run. I'm a runner, love, love, love to run, and so I would love to do one for charity. So that's on my list. And then I'll give you one more. I want to pay for a young girl's college tuition. College is so expensive, and I want to be in a position where I can just pay for it and you can just go, and not have to worry about the stress of anything else. So those are just a few things that are on my list. But I have a long list of things if you want to go to my website at BeFreeProject.com and search bucket list, and you can see my long list of everything that I have.
Awesome. I love that. And yes, I love me some Lauryn Hill. She's amazing. Okay, so you're working with so many women, and you're getting ready to do your next BeFree Life class, and you're a mother and you're a wife, and you're multitasking, and you've got so many things that you manage a day. How do you actually serve yourself after having served so many other people on a daily basis or a weekly basis? What do you do to kind of come back to yourself and give something back to yourself?
Oh, I love reading, as you know, with the 52 Books in a Year challenge. So that is definitely a way for me to unwind. Also, listening to music. I love, love, love music. And so when I'm listening to certain types of music, it just really speaks to my spirit, and it's just a really good way for me to just give back to myself, because I love it. I really enjoy it, or enjoy listening. And then meditate. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I'm starting to meditate more and more, and I'm noticing that when I sit down and I'm quiet and I'm just listening and getting silent, that there is just a connection and a peace that I feel, and I really enjoy it. So those are just a couple of things that I do to really, I guess, give back to myself. And then I love running. I am a runner. Right now I'm in Cleveland, so it's extremely cold outside. So it's hard for me to get outside and do that now. But I love, love, love running. It's my thing. I get the most creative thoughts when I'm running, and it just feels really good. So those are just some of the things that I do.
Awesome. So what is a quote that you live by?
I have so many. I have so many that I'm reading daily or posting. But one of the ones that stand out to me the most is, if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And that resonates with me is because we make excuses all the time of why we're not doing A, B, and C. But if you make a decision in your mind that you're really serious about it, then you'll take action. Otherwise, you'll continue to go and make excuses all the time. So I have that posted up so that I can kind of visually see it all the time. Like, just keep going and keep taking action and don't make any excuses.
That's great. So you talked about your 52 books in a year challenge, which I love. I love when you post them. I'm an avid reader as well. And I would love for you to just kind of share, maybe some books that have impacted your life. What should we be reading? And I always like to ask my guests this question because leaders are readers. And if you're holding on to a couple jewels, I think it's great to, give it to the listeners and, we can all just kind of have a community of readers and, ideas that we can share. So yeah, tell us about some books that have really impacted you.
Okay, I'll give you my top 3 books that I share every time someone asks, what book should I read? The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz is excellent. And then The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. And I recommend each one of these books is because I feel like we have to work on ourselves mentally before we can ever decide to fulfill or pursue our purpose in life. And these books definitely will change your perspective on life and how you think and just challenge you to be better. I think I heard Pharrell mention The Alchemist on Oprah, and I had already read it when he mentioned it. I'm like, yes, that book is excellent. That's an excellent read. And these books, especially with The Alchemist and The 4 Agreements, are books that I will revisit every year because there's always just a refresher. And then The Power of the Subconscious Mind is really just in that title, like how to begin to think positive and get rid of the negative thoughts. And it's one of those books that you have to kind of read slowly to take a little bit in, think on it, and then read a little bit more. But every one of these books are really, really good reads. And then I'll give you one more, Write It Down, Make It Happen. And the author of that is Henriette Ann Clauser. And that book is all about just writing stuff down and putting it out into the universe and then beginning to act on it. So those are my top books that I recommend.
I love that. You know what? I've read The Alchemist a couple times, and I was just going to say I saw that same exact interview when Oprah interviewed Pharrell, and he said that he loved that book. And I was like, I love Pharrell for saying that. Right. It's so awesome. So we are really looking forward to all of the projects that you have coming up and just seeing your platform grow and expand. And we are looking forward to your own book that you can start recommending and selling to everybody. So we're so excited just to see where this entire brand goes. And, we just appreciate everything that you're doing for humanity and particularly for women. So how can those who are new to my podcast or new to your brand, how can they follow you? How can they hire you as a life coach, or book you for a speaking event? Give us all of your social media handles or your hashtags and your websites and, just allow us to come on this journey with you.
Yes, so you can follow me at BeFreeProject.com, and you can learn everything that I'm doing, stay up to date on my blog posts, and everything BeFree Project will definitely be there. Then you can follow me on all the social media platforms. I'm there from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, I'm there. So follow me at BeFree Project. And then as it relates to the book challenge, if you want to know what I've read, you can search the hashtag BFP Bookshare, and you'll see all the books that I've read. And then I also have a Pinterest board, one for all of the books that I read for this year that you can follow, or board for every book that I'm going to read. And that list just keeps growing and growing so you can see what I'm interested in and what I'm planning to read. And then also I am working on a workbook to share with my audience where it's going to help women begin to create the life that they desire. And so it'll be positive statements, there will be journal prompt questions, and really get you in the mindset of creating that life that you want. So stay tuned for that. That will be available on my website for purchase.
Very fun. I love that. I just love the power of the hashtag because it can get, you can direct people to exactly what they need or what they're interested in, and they're able to filter out all the other stuff to get exactly what they need. So I love the power of the hashtag. And we are just so excited for all of your products and your projects and, your events that you have coming up. And thank you so much for coming on the show and being generous with your time and shining your light on us. And to my listeners, thank you so much for listening and for downloading this episode. And don't forget to share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to visit my blog at goandglowproject.com. And you can also visit my YouTube channel at youtube.com/goandglowproject. And you guys can hire me for marketing and branding consulting, life coaching as well, speaking events, all kinds of fun stuff. And sounds like me and Siobhan need to do an event or collaborate together at some point. I think that'd be really exciting. And so until the next time we talk, go and glow.